Hey, poker peeps. So in this video, I'm going to show you how quick and easy it is to start tagging your players as to their basic player type to help you exploit them a little bit more. Now, I firmly believe that within the first 20 or 30 hands at a table, you can understand the basic kind of player everybody is. Now, you're not going to know exactly how they're going to respond to check raises on the turn or what their flop raising range versus your c-bet means exactly. But at a minimum, we can get a good understanding of the basic type of player, how they fit among all the other players within the stake that we play. Now, I have two tables of 2NL open right here. I don't normally play 2NL, but I chose this to specifically see a lot of unknown players. You can see on this table 4, 27, 6, 625, 12 hands against these players. Now, I might have a lot of hands against Hendo because maybe I play with him on different stakes, or maybe one of my students has a lot of hands on Hendo here as well. So what we're going to be doing is just tagging them with the different player types. Now, the HUD is popped up here. You can see I don't have the color coding on any of these HUDs. And when I talk about color coding and tagging a player, I mean using that kind of color so it pops up there. We can also, we can't do it on my own player, but right here you can choose the color, so the box around the player turns that color too. Now, what I love about doing this and why I always do it is because that color indicates right away what type of player they are, because I know from just, this is the color ranging that I like for the various player types here. Just removing these real quick. None. Save. Okay, perfect. So within the first 30 hands, how do you really get an idea of what basic kind of player they are? Well, we look at actions taken, the cards that went to showdown, if we get to see any, positional awareness of the player, are they playing a ton of hands out of position versus in position, that kind of thing. The sizing that they use for the bets also can help. Stack sizes too, and then statistics. So during this video, anytime I color code somebody as to their player type, I'll explain why I'm doing that exactly. It's a weird sizing right here. Now, first off, this is pretty simple. 68 hands, he's a 47-0. These hands might come from different stakes, like I said, or one of my students. And it's obvious right away. Look, he limped in right now, so thinking about actions taken. He made that tiny one little big blind bet on that prior hand. Maybe it was a good bluff, but oftentimes one big blind isn't good enough to take pots down. So that's another sizing tell. Plus, he's a 48-0. That's statistics right here. This guy's a loose passive player 100%. So we're going to give him the green tag. Another thing I like to do is take a look around the table to see if I have any players on more than one. Broken Mafioso. Frisky, of course, that's me. Just going to fold right there. So Broken Mafioso on two different tables. He's a 27-23 over 27 hands, 3-bet at 13%, 1 out of 8. Now, it's a very small sample, but like I said, we can start to classify them. And at 27-23, he's looking loose aggressive. Now, one of the great things about this, when you start classifying players, let's say over time, stats develop, and he turns into a loose passive player. Maybe that raise first end goes down, that 3-bet ends up being really low, 1 out of 100 times or something. I can always change these colors to green, make him loose passive, And then so now he's an orange, loose aggressive player. Great, we've got a couple players tagged right here. One big blind bet. Once again, he's displaying his weakness. This player just called 1 big blind into 9 big blinds. He's not raising. He's not folding either. Just limping along, hoping to see something on the turn. This is once again another loose passive green player as well. Now, he raised it to 10 big blinds, check raise versus that 1 big blind bet, making it 73. He loves his hand right here. Let's see what he ends up having at showdown. We're not going to get to see it. But Mike Walker, 14, without a doubt, 49/9, plays 49% of hands, only raises 9%. Yeah, loose passive player for sure. Oh, ace-king over here. Coming in for our under-the-gun pot-sized bet, pot-sized raise. As you can see, I have the stack sizes and pot size and everything in terms of big blinds. I really like this view of things. And it also helps to disguise the fact that I'm playing at a stake I don't normally play at. I'm only at 2NL. So 3.5, it doesn't feel like, it feels like a normal bet that I make at my stakes. It doesn't feel like a 4-cent bet, right? We're not going to go for a third table right here. Let's just close this bad boy. So Funfetti is looking loose aggressive. 3-bet 17, which is 1 out of 6 probably. Yep, 1 out of 6. If he comes in for a 3-bet, which is a really good spot on the big blind or in the small blind, good spots to do 3-bet bluffs. I'm under the gun. If he comes in for a 4-bet, I'm going to put him to the test. I already think he's a loose aggressive player. I was going to 4-bet right there, but he just gave it up to me. Maybe he realized that he didn't know anything about me. Only 17 hands on him. If he's using a HUD, he only has 17 hands on me. So maybe he decided not to 3-bet bluff because I made it a larger size from under the gun. 44-19. Yeah, let's definitely give him an orange tag as well. And then so here's another good thing about tagging your players like this when it comes to table selection. Let's say I'm playing and all of a sudden I mark in orange, orange, orange. 3 other loose aggressive players at the table against me, especially with 2 of them in position. Just not a great spot to put yourself in. So when it comes to table selection, you see all that orange on the table, you're better off getting out. I mean, you can play in ways to exploit them, but especially when they're on your left, they just make poker so difficult. They're 3-betting you all the time. They don't fold their blinds a lot. You would rather have tight aggressive or loose passive or even nits on your left as well, instead of those lags that can make your life hell. One of your jobs as a poker player, or one of the things that you like to do, is probably put pressure on the opponents to your right because you have position. When they open raise, you call or you 3-bet. Like I said, on the flop, turn or river, when they check, you bet, right? Put that pressure on them. Don't put yourself in spots where your opponents are pressuring you too much. But here's a great thing. 43/0. After just 9 hands, hey, he's built up a really good stack here. But I can't imagine anybody in 9 hands playing 43% of hands, 4 out of 9. You know that this player is another loose passive player for sure. Now, like I said, that can always change as things go on. Maybe he ends up becoming more like Hendo down here, kind of like a loose aggressive looking player. A min raise from a very loose passive player. Bump it up to a full 9 big blinds right here. I guarantee I have a stronger hand than his calling range. Nice. I know that he's giving me value with any diamond, any pair, most likely. Oh, yeah, cool. I'll take it on. I'll take you on. I know you don't. Ha, ha, ha. Wow, that is funny. Nice try to bluff right there. So this is an interesting situation. He's looking very loose passive. I gave him the green tag. But he's the kind of player that can get very aggressive. Whoops. So let's make a note on him. He can get very aggressive on scary boards, right? Cash game player. Fish, but capable of flop all in aggression on scary boards. So very loose passive preflop. He loves to see flops. As you saw, 10-8 offsuit. Oh yeah. UTG open, call in position, 10-8 off as well. So those are all the signs. Everything that we just saw about that player is totally indicative of being a loose passive fish. Great player to target. Oh, now we've been replaced by Killing Joke, who I've already tagged as yellow. I probably play with him on other stakes, maybe 10 NL or 25 NL. Although it's kind of funny, somebody going from 25 NL to 2 NL here. Maybe I have Killing Joke. Maybe his hands come from a student of mine, possibly. Now let's see, 26-7. We can easily tag this player. 3-betting at 6%, 17 out of 277 opportunities, 25-17. Here's one of the good things about this player, right? He is a great player to be calling when you have position, and then take it away when he checks on the flop. Look at this. C-bets 24-20, only 12%. Fold to every single bet from him on the river. Guaranteed a river bet is near the nuts, but probably like 2 pair, top 2 pair or better. But look at this. C-bets 24 and 20%. Totally honest, only C-betting, maybe the best possible draws, but definitely only top pair or better. Hendo is here. And then look at, he does like to fold to C-bets, so he's really easy to play against post-flop. If he bets, I'm out of there unless I have something really good. I will only bet for value as well because you don't want to bluff players that aren't folding. So That's one of the things I love about the HUD. There's just so much information in a HUD, let me tell you. Queen, I'm in position versus Mike Walker. Super loose passive right here. Oh, out of position, I mean to say. Let's make a bet just to try to take it down. Potentially get calls out of a couple of diamonds. A pair of sixes this loose passive player might want to call with as well. But that is fine. So you can see I'm playing a nitty game right here, and a lot of the cards I've been dealt aren't really great, so dun dun dun. Okay, 15 hands, 40/33, 3-bet 1 out of 7. Definitely CJ Rock is a lag. So lag. Whoa, 4 lags on this table. So that might be a good opportunity to leave. But then again, I have direct position on 2 of the lags. We've got a big stack fish over here. It's not the worst table to be on. When it comes to table selection, I wouldn't tell you to leave this table, but just be aware that you have lags who are probably capable of using a lot of aggression against you. So as long as you're prepared for it and you're willing to deal with it, hey, stay on the table. 52/8. Oh, you could see, oh, this is a new player, Mike W., but this is Rich Crack Baby. Now, one of the things, they're starting with 75 big blinds. Now, I know there's a lot of strategy out there for playing 40 big blinds or playing short-stacked cash game poker. Tons of it out there. So this player could be the kind of player who uses good short-stack strategy. But really, when anybody buys in, especially at 40 big blinds, but less than 100, I always not tag them. I always think of them right away as a recreational player until things start to develop, right? So he could easily be just a rec, as in a player who just plays for fun, very loose aggressive, or possibly loose passive. But that remains to be seen. The HUD hasn't even popped up for them yet. Broken Mafioso? Nah, not going to take you on. So I have you color-coded orange here, and I like it. 23-23, under the gun, 3.5. Let's see if we can see a showdown right here for a Mafioso. Orange color code, cool. And as you can see, we're in my garage because with the whole shelter-in-place thing, it can be a madhouse in there. So, you know, set up a workstation out here. Same players. Let's see what happens. So you limp in. Another really key indicator. Anytime somebody limps, most likely loose passive, but loose aggressive players do that as well. Most tight aggressive players and winning players aren't going to limp. They understand the value of aggression. Okay, we had that player tagged before, whoever was there. I can't remember the name. We've got all these players tagged. The video's been going for about 12 minutes now. You can see, I mean, I've earned some big blinds right here. We understand these opponents. 22-16, 3-bet at 9%, C-bets at 47. This is definitely a tight aggressive player. Borderline loose aggressive. Tight aggressives are often anywhere from like 18-15 when I'm VPIP and PFR. He's getting up there. But based on these stats, he's obviously a tight aggressive player, potentially a winner. Now, I say winner down here. It's often lags and tags that are winning players at whatever stake you're at. I don't know offhand. I'd have to research into their database, watch a lot of their plays, because I guarantee, I don't even know this name, Rich Crack Baby. These hands came from one of my students who plays against Rich Crack Baby a lot. But it's obvious they are a tight aggressive player. I'll give them that moniker. If this starts to inch up to be like near 25% VPIP and 16-18% PFR, I'll give them the orange lag moniker or lag tag. YOLO right there. Okay, good. We have a big blind opportunity to see how he possibly defends that. Folds to 3 bets at 70%. Raise and then fold in the cutoff at, oh no, he's in the MP, 91%. Cool. Let's give it a shot. By give it a shot, I'm saying 3-bet. 2.5 big blinds. I'm going to make it 10 to go. Give him a little bit higher incentive to get out of the pot. And if he comes back over the top, I mean, I'm just on a stone cold bluff here. I'm just getting out. Oh, wow. And he commits the rest of his chips here. So I'm just going to fold. No point here. It was a total 3-bet bluff. I guarantee he's not doing this with ace 6, ace 4, 10 jack suited. I shouldn't say guarantee. Most likely he's not doing that. You can see his 3-bet's only at 4%. This player makes big 4-bets for value. So it was a 3-bet bluff that didn't work out. But I utilized what I know about the player to make the play. 29-14. Let's see what happens right here. And I think let's do this. Let's sit out next big blind on all tables, because I have a quick understanding, and it's been only 15 minutes. 15, 22, 21 hands, 30 hands against these players, and I already understand what kind of players they are. Oh, nice. So we've got a potential loose aggressive player to our direct left here. 29-14. It's only been 7 hands, but this is the second 3-bet we've seen. 1 out of 3. This is now 2 out of 4, 50% 3-bet. Come on, you 3-bet. It's time to C-bet. Rep the ace-king. This could be a loose-aggressive pre-flop player, but then passive post-flop. Let's see. Oh, nice. I love it. Just like this player, where were they at? Right here. Not C-betting as much as they should. 12.5, a little bit over half pot. I like that size bet in position right here as soon as they check on the 2 Broadway board. Now, calling ranges often include all the Broadways, so when you as a 3-better get called by somebody, it is a bit scary on a 2 Broadway board. Great, and that worked out. So let's go ahead here. Oh, yeah, let's... oh, no, not in the cutoff. Don't want to do that. What I would rather do is play a suited ace in the cutoff as opposed to an offsuit baby ace like that. I know it's a decent stealing opportunity, but, you know, oh, darn. If I would have done it, they could have potentially folded. All right, so that's the last hand, but as you can see, 33, 25, 2009 hands. I've already tagged and classified these players. Now I can take a look at the table in total, see if I want to stay there, what my basic plan, my basic approach to the table is, maybe whose blinds based on color I want to try to steal from, maybe who I'd like to isolate, that kind of thing. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to the channel down below if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you in the next video.